Mic check, mic check. Let's go ahead and make sure everything going good. Alright. Look like everything is going smooth. What up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the second time that we're doing this. This is the Kendrick Lamar listening party for the new album that's dropping tonight, dog. The Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Album that I'm really excited about, but we're going to talk more about that. But a few housekeeping things before we go ahead and begin today. Now, for those of you who are a part of the Discord, you will be able to listen to all the music that I'm listening to at this time, as right now we are listening to Section 80 from 2011, one of my favorite projects from Kendrick Lamar to date. Actually, my favorite album to date, which is most known for the songs Hold Up, ADHD, Don't Blow My High, High Power, as this was him straight up off of TDE, a gold-selling album. Easily my favorite project. But keep in mind, there's a lot of music that we got to go through in order to get up to the new album. So we're only going to have like a half an hour per album. And there's going to be ads because Spotify. If things go well, then possibly next week or the week after that, then I'll go ahead and get the subscription, you dig? But we still just experimenting with this SoundCloud thing. I mean, with the Discord thing, using Spotify and all that. We're still experimenting with it, and we're going to see where it goes. But if you want to hear a particular song, let me know. Otherwise, we just going to keep it pushing through these projects, man. Every half an hour on the dot, we going to the next album. As I'm pretty sure everybody that's hearing me, you're only going to be able to hear me in the live stream here on YouTube. But I am going to be in the chat. I'm in the chat for the I'm completely in the chat for the Discord. So ask me any questions. I got you. Oh, and now we about to play Hold Up. That's my joint. Let's go. But, okay. As I said, this is like the first time, well, this is the second time that we're doing this, and I'm open to all suggestions to make the experience better. So just let me know anytime, and we'll keep it pushing. And I'll see what I can do, see if I can figure out the best way to make it happen. But okay, where to start? We are anticipating the upcoming double album from Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And it's hard to deny. It's really hard to deny that Kendrick Lamar is perceived as the best rapper, if not the best top two of the top two best rappers in this generation. As this project that we're awaiting is him trying to do the unwritten rule, you know, to be considered as one of the greatest to ever do it, that you must release a double album. Much like how Biggie did with Life After Death after he passed away, which that was a classic. Or how Tupac did All Eyes on Me, which was a classic. But the thing is, with this becoming a unwritten rule, a lot of failures came about from that, you feel me? A lot of failures done came about from that, like the Blueprint 2 album, which, you know, The Gift and the Curse. I don't know how you feel about that. There were individual songs on there, like a couple songs on there that I did really like, but overall, nah. Like, if it's not a classic, then it's tough for you to be approved for this. Or you can also look at Bone Thugs and Harmony when they did The Art of War. They had a couple joints that live on forever. Yes, no doubt about that. But classic double disc album? Nah. How's about Outkast with Speaker Box and The Love Below? Many people deem Andre 3000 as one of the best to do it right now of like an earlier generation. And that album sold diamond, but you will be hard pressed to find somebody to say that that double album is actually any good. Like, I mean, sure, Hey Ya and all that stuff, excuse me. Sure, Hey Ya and all of that stuff, man, was fire in terms of crossover pop songs that pushed that to super diamond status level. And Big Boy had his moments, as we got an advertisement. I told you there's gonna be ads, but Big Boy had his moments on Speaker Box, but nah, none of those albums I would say was actually like classic. And that's what you're ultimately looking to get when an individual rapper who can be deemed as one of the best of all time to do it decides to come out with a double album. Then you kind of need to go ahead and get a classic from them so they can be put into that category of the greatest rapper to live. The Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. You feel me? The list that everybody say and continue to pass down. This is the kind of criteria that you must pass. And I mean, even though Jay-Z didn't come out with a great double album, people still list them in there. So take it with a grain of salt. But this is ultimately something that the people want from you. But this is honestly right here Kendrick Lamar's chance to firmly separate himself from J. Cole. Because as I've said, and you know, some people gonna go ahead and list Drake in there with the top 3 artists of this entire generation. I wouldn't, because Drake, I mean, in terms of fame and success, yes. Longevity, yes. Oh, ADHD, baby. That's my joint. Woo. Fuck that. But okay. In terms of success, mass success, yes, Drake probably got them all. But yet, there's more to being the greatest than getting just notoriety from having a mass promoted albums from the mainstream. You feel me? There's so much more to it. What up, Carvin Mason? UGK got a classic double disc? Yes, they do. And Big Crit had a good double disc, as well as Justin Scott. They cool, but I wouldn't consider them. At least Big Crit can be considered as one of the greatest in the future, but not right now. What up, Ben? It says, what's good, Topaz? I'm curious what this album will be about and sound like. He might take that Marvin Gaye sample and have it on the album like Hard Part 4 where he was on the field beat. See, the thing about Kendrick Lamar that makes him amazing is the fact that we do not know. We have no clue what the sound is going to be like, what the concept going to be about. It's the unpredictable nature of everything that he does leading up to his projects. So therefore, I'm not even going to try to project what this could honestly sound like, what it could honestly be like. And I think that's for the best. Like, I'm just coming into it with open ears, hoping for the true best. You feel me? I'm just hoping for amazing music, and we'll determine the concept and the theme and the production and all that stuff as we go. But there's really no guessing. There's no way any of us will be able to guess it. But as I said, man, this is Kendrick's chance to separate himself from J. Cole and from, I guess, the masses of people who want to consider Drake and all that stuff. And it's because neither of them actually have a double disc album that can be considered as classic. 1. 2, I wouldn't even say that J. Cole or Drake even have classic albums to begin with. Like, Section 80 is by and far the best project out of all of these people put together. Now, I do like a bunch of things that J. Cole has brought to the table, though. The Offseason was really good. What was it called? The one with the devil on the front. I cannot think. Born Sinner. Born Sinner was fire. Born Sinner has some classic joints on it, but I wouldn't go as far as calling that a classic. I think, honestly, that this album that we're listening to right now off the Discord for everybody that's up in there, Section 80, I feel as though Section 80 is the classic, is the only classic of this entire, like, top generation rap stars. You feel me? Fuck that. Phillies to the face. Fuck that. But besides that, I mean, we got a lot of great music and a lot of, like, these guys maintain their status. They've done what they needed to do to consistently be named as number one. But I think it's obvious that none of them have, like, super classic stuff, except for this project in particular. As we on No Makeup, we can let No Makeup rock. Woo. But okay. I am extremely excited for this, man. I don't know about you guys. Oh, Calvin Mason says, is Drake really the best because he can go 5 years and return with the same numbers? No, I mean, that's the thing about Drake's numbers, bro. Drake numbers are pretty much fabricated to a degree because his audience won't let him fall off. His audience is a lot like Nicki Minaj's audience, per se. And I mean, and I think they're both really good, and it's really dope that you have your own audience that's pushing you regardless of what you do, regardless of how good or how bad your music is. You feel me? It's really good that you got that. But when these people are just listening so that your numbers can get up instead of actually enjoying your stuff, that's where you miss me. You feel me? Like, it's hard for anybody to tell me that Nicki Minaj's audience really does love every single song that Nicki Minaj does, like they try to do. Like, Nicki Minaj goes out there and threatens these people. Like, if you don't listen and do your thing to this particular song, then the next album is going to be delayed, which puts a battery update back and makes them go out there and listen to these projects over and over and over and over so that they can not get extorted by Nicki Minaj, I guess we can call this. Well, I mean, it's smart. And it's cool. I mean, by doing that, you have longevity. You continue to make your money. You continue to be successful. And that's what the game is all about. I'm not trying to take none of that away. But when we start talking about best rappers of all time to do it, it ain't about the sales. It's about piecing together quality music that the masses, that all of us as the masses can come together and enjoy and rock with. Like, yo, this has been perceived as one of the greatest albums of a period of time. Like Jay-Z The Blueprint or Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt. Regardless of if you're a Jay-Z fan or not, you gotta give the respect to those because, hey, these were classic pieces of work that ultimately you can add all kinds of substance, all types of quality, everything on top of it. You feel me? You can't avoid that. Drake doesn't have this, but he does have a fan base that will never let him fall off. This No Makeup goes hard, dog. I actually forgot how hard No Makeup goes. That's why I like these, like, when we go back and listen to all of the music leading up to the new album, it reminds you of so much stuff that the artist actually did that was amazing that you really may have slept on for a little bit. What we going? More ads. But after this ad, we probably gonna go to high power. What up, Intelligence Cycle? What's good, my dude? You already know I'm hyped for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I'm expecting pure art and greatness. Me too, brother. Me too. He hasn't given me any doubts to why he wouldn't drop another hit. I mean, with the Heart Part 5, man, it's very difficult to question. It's very, very difficult to question the potency that can be coming here. And he also says, to be honest, it might be more of a family-centered album. Oh, as this ad is almost up, we about to play that high power for everybody that's in the Discord. High power is next in 10 seconds. Yeah. 3 fingers in the air. Woo. What up? Let me sit. What up, though? What up? High power. But yeah, man, I feel you 1000% that you should expect greatness from the best. And that's why I'm going to be a harsh critic towards this one, especially when it drops. Because I expect greatness from the best. And that's out of respect and love. And we're going to talk more about that a little bit. Carvin Mason says, Drake got a double diss. It just wasn't very good. That's facts. Drake made an attempt to try to go ahead and separate himself with the rest. He definitely made an attempt to do his own double diss, but it failed horribly, just like a bunch of these other acts failed horribly. And it's because I feel as though he fell too much into his comfort zone. Like he has his own styles that he continuously drop now instead of reinventing the wheel every time. And that's one thing that I love about Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar will reinvent the wheel every time he hop up into the booth so that he can constantly have his own creativity. So that he can constantly be better than what he was before. Woo! Tried to knock me off their head like a widow's peak. I forgot all about that bar. For those of you in the Discord, what's going to be next is we going Rick and Mortis next. We going Rick and Mortis. Intelligent Cycle says that this might be more of a family-centered album from what he's seeing from the cover. Now, I mean, see, don't let the covers and things fool you. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we have no idea any of the concepts, any things that he's trying to say. I think it would be dope if it was a family-orientated project that he took to a whole nother level. I think that could be a flawless concept. But are we actually going to get that? I don't know, dog. Whew. That high power goes in, dog. I don't care what nobody say. Intelligent Cycle says, good kid, Mad City was my favorite one because it was balanced. I still play the Recipe with Dre. Recipe was fire. Mad City and the last track, Compton, those drums kicking with that bounce, just blaze killed. And Compton is maybe my favorite song from Kendrick Lamar, Point Blank Period. You feel me? Well, I don't know about Point Blank Period, but it's up there. It's definitely, Compton is definitely top 3. Definitely one joint that's going to get played 2 nights. Definitely playing that tonight. For those of you who don't know, the link to the Discord is in the link in the description below if you want to listen to all the songs that we listening to leading up to it. But I mean, and I feel you though, like certain artists have tried to do the double disc. Like I was saying, Jay-Z did it, Bone Thugs did it, you said Drake did it. Like double CDs are like some of the most difficult things to ever do. Why? Because too many people are not versatile enough to actually have at a minimum of 28 songs. That, I mean, you don't necessarily have to have 28 different songs, but you have to be versatile enough to have more than you gotta be versatile enough to have more than 4 to 5 types of songs for 28 tracks. You gotta have at least a different theme jumping from one album to the next. There's also T.I. versus T.I.P. That was an album that was double disc, and I actually liked that one, but I wouldn't say that it was a classic double disc or nothing like that. Which is one of the reasons why T.I. will never be perceived as one of the greatest of all time to do it. But I've always liked T.I. But the double disc usually does expose people for the limitations and what they can bring to the table. And in the context of Drake, definitely a double CD would expose him for the limitations that he's always brought forth to the table. But an individual like Kendrick Lamar, I think it will unleash. I think that honestly unleashes him to being who he wants to be. To actually, he can put forth any kind of music that he wants to, any concept, as long as it's dope. That's all that I care about. Yeah, I mean, Rigor Mortis wasn't actually one of my favorite songs off of this. Like really, my favorites was High Power, ADHD, Hold Up, the His Vice was fire. Next song we're gonna do is Blow My High, but honestly, this wasn't like I understand that he was his delivery and his flow, that he was sitting on this kind of jazzy type production with the drums and stuff beating like that, man, was something that people was really all up on. On top of this being, Kendrick Lamar's first big step into the industry with TDE and all that stuff, and this was like his single and people was rocking with it. I wasn't that big on it. And because that was one of his earliest singles, it made me somewhat sleep this album until later, until someone came to me like, "No, man, you gotta listen to that High Power, then go up in there." And from there, yeah. But Rigor Mortis was not the right song for me to be introduced to Kendrick Lamar. But that is what it is. We're gonna do Blow My High. As this ain't the Please Don't Blow My High. It's not that one. This is the early one where they used the this was the UGK sample. Yeah, from How They Ball at the Mall. From Big Pimpin' sample. No. See, but this wasn't all bad of it. This wasn't one of my favorite songs either. But that was pretty much it as far as the songs that I didn't really want to that I really didn't keep on my playlist all like that, because like I said, this is my favorite project that I would say would be classic from early Kendrick. Definitely enjoyed this one. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we are listening to the Kendrick Lamar Section 80 at this moment, but we're about to switch over from Section 80 to Good Kid, Mad City in 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 10:30. 10:30, we're going to Good Kid, Mad City. And we're going to play some jams in Good Kid, Mad City. But if you want to join in and listen to what we're listening to, then go ahead to the Discord. The link is in the description below for the Discord. Carvin Mason says, I do feel Drake and Nicki got a classic in them. But like for Nicki, she don't work with anyone to push her, and Drake is too busy in his comfort zone and only want to spit what he be when he beefing with Ye. And that's facts. Like, I too believe that Drake and Nicki have the potential to drop something amazing. I too feel as though we'll probably do the Poor Man's Dreams next. But yeah, man, I do feel as though they do have the potential to make it. No, we're going to do Christian Corinthians. I do feel as though they do have the potential to drop a classic. Yes. But yeah, as you're saying, they kind of get into their own way. Like, Nicki, like when Nicki got in a feature with Tory Lanez, or take it for what you will, but Tory Lanez is one of the most amazing rappers to come up out the underground, even though during his time in the commercial industry, he didn't showcase that. But when he tried to push Nicki Minaj, to another level to be on the feature, instead of her going to the drawing board and writing something dope and coming back like, all right, I got you, I'm gonna eat you alive. Instead of looking at it in a competitive fashion, Nicki Minaj was like, all right, just take me off the song then. Like, she caught all kinds of offense and upset because like, oh, I'm Nicki Minaj. You Tory Lanez. Who are you? And that's why she never made a classic. And like you say, Drake, he's too far into his comfort zone, man. He got only a few types of songs, man. And now Jack Harlow is trying to take his songs and run with them. But some of these songs are dope, though. I'm not going to front. Like, when he's doing his introspective type songs that he's just spitting on top of some solid production, those are some of his best stuff. When he goes into more of the soulful, like Phil, whatever, those are cool. But when he goes into like, I'm trying to remake some of these hits, I'm trying to remake Marvin's Room with that dry, super dry singing, yeah, that wears down every single album that he does. When he tries to do the watered down Afrobeat sound, that ruins everything that every concept, everything that he's been trying to do. When he tries to do the UK grime sound, that ruins everything that he's trying to do, dog. That ultimately ruins everything and everything, because he's just not. Instead of being like Kendrick, which is rewriting the will every time, trying to do something more amazing each time he does something, he tries to do the same songs, and see how that ended for 50 Cent. 50 couldn't do anything but remake Magic Stick over and over and over again, and never could do it any better. Everything that he did was pretty terrible. 10:30 on the dot. So we gonna switch over, even though that song was gonna keep going and it was banging. But we gotta switch. We gotta switch to Good Kid, Mad City, an album that came out in 2012, most known for Money Trees, Don't Kill My Vibe, Swimming Pools. As we're listening to Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Don't kill my vibe. Like, my favorite song off of this still to this day, as we was alluding in the comment section, is Compton. This joint, Compton still goes hard to, like, that production. Just Blaze is just amazing. Like you were saying, like, Just Blaze being my favorite producer, like, at this moment in time, I think like, cause Timberland really ain't really dropped anything super amazing in a minute, and Just Blaze just keeps it going because he's sample-based producer who got his own flavor on top of everything. Like, I think it's a lot easier in the context of you're sampling and you got your formula and you're just a creative dominant force. It's easier for you than somebody who is creating original works off the rip, but never going to take away the fact that his energy that he brings to everything honestly just makes these songs phenomenal. Even songs that just randomly pop up that didn't get no promotion, if it's done by Just Blaze, 8 times out of 10 it's banging, dude. Therefore making him into my favorite producer. Did you know that Good Kid, Mad City went 3 times platinum? Which is cool. Which is, I mean, and that was kind of shocking to me because, you know, this outsold To Pimp a Butterfly like crazy for all the hate mail that I get constantly, all day, every day, for this album to actually get more sales than To Pimp a Butterfly, in which To Pimp a Butterfly had the benefit of being within the streams genre. When streams became a thing that you can get paid for, all these people claiming that they love To Pimp a Butterfly and they hate my reviews for it so badly. For Good Kid, Mad City to end up outselling by a tremendous amount still to this day, that makes me really wonder how much people actually really loved To Pimp a Butterfly. And it is what it is. It is what it is about that. Interesting. Interesting. Chris T says, I agree, Calvin. I feel like with Drake, you have to get him in a certain mood, upset or beef, or have him on a track for certain people like Wayne, Ross, etc., to see him at his best lyrically. I agree. I agree with that. So Kendrick is best when you never liked none of Kendrick's album. So Kendrick the best when you never liked none of Kendrick's albums. Clearly. But okay, I'm glad you asked that. Because that's the next section that I kind of want to talk about. Okay. Here's the thing. There are certain statements that I get all the time. So let me go ahead and address one at a time of the frequently asked hating statements that I get. Here's one statement. You never liked Kendrick ever. This is a lie. I consider Kendrick top 2 and have always done so, even through all my negative reviews that I've given him over the years. So when you are, see, here's the thing. When you are considered to be the best, then you have to be judged with the best. Next song, Money Trees. Next song is going to be Money Trees after this advertisement. But okay. when you are considered to be the best, the bar must be raised. You must showcase your dominance. Every album that you do will be judged more strictly than anything else. You must continue to put forth great music in order to remain the world championship title holder. You feel me? Like, when you become the champ, you only fight against contenders. You do not fight against jabronis anymore. You feel me? So with Kendrick becoming the champ, I look at everything he does with a harsher lens. But let's never get it twisted. A 6 from Kendrick Lamar is better than an 8 from Kodak Black. I would say a 6 from Kendrick is better than a 9 from Kodak Black. A 6 from Kendrick Lamar is better than the vast majority of artists that's in the industry as we speak. Like, only until you get to that upper echelon of talented acts, like, say, a Big Crit, I would need a 7 or an 8 to compare with what Big Crit has been dropping for quite some time. You feel me? There are levels to the way that you have to judge an individual. This is what happens when you get high expectations based off the content that you deliver. And you're being compared to the likes of, say, J. Cole over his entire career, who's been going in. And, people love to completely disregard all the positive reviews that I've given Kendrick Lamar over the years. Whew, hallelujah, hallelujah. That's that joint. But you completely disregard all the positive things that I've said over the years, like how he's elevated the feature game from back when he hopped into Control. Like, and here's just real talk. Now, these days, we respect the feature a lot more because of what Jadakiss did in the Versus battle. But the foundation, the pretty much, I would say Kendrick Lamar helped participate in the elevation of the feature game with that Control verse. Or how it seemed that he went out of his way to slaughter every single active legend in the rap game on their own tracks over a good span of time. We talking like an entire summer, fam. We talking like over an entire summer, he did nothing but slaughter all the legends in the rap game on a track so that he can prove and establish his dominance in the rap game. Also, people love to disregard how much I love Section 80, which I deemed as his one true classic, something that I would not say J. Cole even has, and I loved Offseason and Born Sinner a whole lot. See, I show love to Kendrick Lamar by holding him to the highest regard. And when I hold someone to the highest regard, you're gonna get some negative reviews. Like, great music, I don't expect you to come out with great classic music every single time you come out. I don't expect that. I want it. I'm disappointed when you don't provide it. It saddens me when you get an album like Damn that everybody want to hype up like it was amazing, but I didn't feel that was all that amazing. It disappoints me nonstop, but yet I can always be cheered up going back and listening to all of my favorite songs from Section 80, Hold Up, ADHD, Blow My High, High Power, Money Trees, Don't Kill My Vibe, off a Good Kid, Mad City, but Compton mostly. Like, even though I get disappointed from these joints, I still think there's quality stuff to come from it. You know what? Next song we gonna do is for the Discord, for those of you listening in the Discord, like link in the description below for that. But Swimming Pools is probably gonna be the next song. J Rock be going in though. On this one in particular though. Carvin Mason says, "You ain't gotta lie, my favorite joint." I respect that. I respect that. Should we even play the "Don't Kill My Vibe" remix tonight? I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time. We already at 10:40, man. Time flies when you listening to the hits. Let me check the man. Pushing non-stop, fam. Been pushing non-stop. Market reviews, shows. That was Money Trees, ladies and gentlemen. Next song, Swimming Pools. Drank, pull up, drank. Drank. But okay. Like, this is one thing that I've never really liked. Like, I've been put into, because of my To Pimp a Butterfly review, I got put into this genre of, you hate everything that Kendrick Lamar does. You just hate Kendrick Lamar, period. And that's one thing that always upset me over the years. You feel me? It's like, and that could possibly be one of the reasons for like my continued slow growth in terms of YouTube. Because when I get videos to pop off, usually it's the videos that I'm critical of. So therefore, you automatically assume that you know how I'm going to feel about everything that's being released. Drank. But that kills me, dude, because for all of my OGs that's been following me for a very long time, you guys know it can be hit or miss, go from time to time. You do not usually know if I like an album or if I dislike the album. There are certain albums that I came into thinking that I was not going to like, point blank, period. But it surprised me because I listen to the music and I think about the music. I have my own point of views. I go in my own directions. So whenever you feel that this album is going to be fire, like I can automatically assume that millions upon millions of people are going to say that this Kendrick album is a classic right now. They're saying it right now without even listening to it. But I'm going to listen to it and determine for myself exactly what's going on. But because one of my most popular videos, well, my most viewed and disliked videos happened to be a Kendrick Lamar review for To Pimp a Butterfly, I'm automatically labeled as the Kendrick hater that doesn't like anything that Kendrick does. But yet, over the years, I have given him his props on a lot of great things that he's done and brought to the table. I really dislike that whole aspect of it. And when when people are introduced to you like that, it's hard. It's really hard for people to change their perspective. It's like when people label you as something, then you are that forever. Like we see this with kids when they get nicknames that they don't even like. that nickname sticks with them for life. I'm pretty much labeled as a Kendrick hater instead of being the honest critic that I've always been my entire life. But that was swimming pool drink, and this is the extended version. That's right. As what we gonna do next? We could do Poetic Justice with Drake. We could do that. I really want to end it with I want to end it. Well, no. We're going to do Compton next because ain't no telling if the ad is going to come in and reduce my time. So we're going to do Compton next. we going Compton though. We going Compton. Hold up. This that joint. Left. Woo! For all those who are in the chat room, those who don't know, we're listening to Good Kid, Mad City right now from 2012, leading up to the new album, which the new album is dropping at midnight. So we're going to be ready for that. But you can listen to what we listening to. The link is in the description below to the Discord. It's all for free. Carvin Mason says, yeah, they treat you like needle drop, but you keep going back to them. Opinions only matter when you have the same opinion as you. That is facts. See, people only want to hear the echo chamber. Something that when somebody confirms the beliefs, that's the only thing that they want to hear. Instead of having somebody sit down and tell you what you can do better, what's happening, why this isn't good, why this is. And that's something that I see a lot in terms of I follow the stock market a lot these days. You did? And there's a good selection of people, when you follow one particular stock, all they do is hype up this stock. They never tell you what's good or bad that's happening with this particular stock. They just trying to hype you up saying, oh, tomorrow, the squeeze is going to happen. Tomorrow, this joint is going to go to $1,000 in a week. This is going to go to $1,000 a share. And clearly, it's not going to do that. But yet, these are the people that people follow all the time. That's how they get to 100,000 subscribers. It's all but spam and stuff. Like, they're confirming the biases that these people want instead of giving them the real information. And that's why I follow the certain people that I follow in terms of the stock market. They gonna tell you, they gonna show up every day, whether the stock market is up, whether it's down. Doesn't matter. They gonna show up every day, 1. 2, when it's down bad, they gonna give you the inspiration you need to keep pushing forward. They're gonna give you the information on why this stock has gone bad. They'll tell you, okay, you need to go ahead and jump up out of this one because, bruh, they changing something fundamentally about it. Like, one of the dudes that I follow, one of his favorite stocks was AT&T, up until AT&T stopped doing dividends. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna let that go. I don't rock with them no more because they changing up. Ooh, The way this Compton breaks down at the end, dog. Yo. Yo, the way that Compton broke down at the end, man. That joint is fire. We gon' do the poetic justice. Why not? People remember this poetic justice. Poetic justice, I wasn't the biggest on poetic justice, you feel me? Like, I mean, the flow that Kendrick Lamar presented on Poetic Justice and the fact that it had Drake, that was definitely going to be a hit top song off of this joint. Definitely. That was definitely going to be that. But it just wasn't for me, though. It wasn't for me to keep. Honestly, I honestly think that Compton went so hard for me at that particular time that it overshadowed a lot of this album. Calvin Mason says he loved that sample, that Janet Jackson flip. That is facts. Woo! You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. This joint go in, dude. You tend to forget after so much time passes, you feel me? Like, the last time I gave a legitimate listen to this album probably had to be when I listened to Pimp a Butterfly again. And that had to be maybe over the pandemic. I think maybe over the pandemic when I took a little bit of a hiatus. I decided to go back and listen to a bunch of these older projects that, you know, if you stay in the moment and just listen to everything new that's dropping all the time, when you consistently do that, you tend to forget about a lot of the dope stuff that happened. That's why I like Spotify, to be real. Like, on days that I'm just chilling and I be focusing on other things, I'll just go through and play my playlist of all the songs that I like throughout the year, as it just goes in order and all that stuff, man. It keeps all of the songs well in my mind for what's dope. And that's how I'm able to tell you right now, still clearly the best album this year is still Big Crit. Because I've been listening to everything, all the hot stuff from the latest Future to the Big Crit to the Weeknd to all the singles and all that stuff that I've been doing, the single reviews and all that stuff. Like, I've been reviewing and listening to more music this year than I've done before in years past. And it's actually turning out to being a really good year because of that. I haven't reviewed this much music since my first 2 years on the Download Pass channel. And I like it, man. It's hard to... Anytime. That's that joint, nigga. Oh. We only got 5 minutes, so we can go ahead to Don't Kill My Vibe, the remix, and get to that Jay-Z. False. Oh, we could do Mad City. Mad City, yeah, do Mad City. Yeah. Woo! Like the energy of this one goes so hard. Woo! And what's next after this song? We're going to Pimp a Butterfly. Ah, I didn't even get a chance to play the recipe. Ah. Them's the bricks. We didn't get a chance to do the recipe. But that's fine. We're gonna go into to Pimp a Butterfly. We're gonna start with King Kunta. Carvin Mason says, "Yeah, roll clean, can't deny that hook." Facts, man. I mean, and that's the one thing that I love about Kendrick. Like I said, he reinvents the wheel every single time he does. He doesn't have one formula on how he goes about writing his hooks, and he will do something just crazy and see if it pans out, if it just sticks to the wall. Like for this one, how he came in with that hook at the beginning, that yeah. He hasn't ever done that again from this moment. And that's artistry, man. It's like every single song that he does is his own NFT. Instead of trying to, yeah. But yeah, I mean, when you think about it like that, man, like every single song should be different. Every single song should has its own experience that he's bringing to you. But sadly, how most rappers work is they have only one sound. They have only one style that they do. If not, some of the best have 2 to 3. But Kendrick comes into each in a different fashion. See, and this is why I really didn't like Mad City right here, though. All like that, because that switch up, throwing in MC8, and I like MC8, but the switch up is nowhere near as strong as Mad City. That's one thing that really killed me. Oh, we gonna do a lot of this. We gonna get to a bunch of this to Pimp a Butterfly. I'm just waiting on 11 o'clock on the dot to switch it up. There we go. And now we going into that to Pimp a Butterfly album from 2015. Album that's known for Black of the Berry, King Kunta. We gonna be alright. And also known for being the album review that put me on the map, I guess, as the most hated reviewer in all of the world. King Kunta. What's the yams? You know, to be real, when I listened to this, I always known who Kunta Kinte was and all that stuff, but this came out before I literally watched Roots all the way through. And now, you know, because I watched Roots all the way through during the pandemic. So does that add a different dynamic to this song for me? Not really. King Kunta. Now, okay. I made a video about this before. Like, look. I gave a negative review to Pimp a Butterfly. Yes. And I still stand by that negative review as we speak today, 2022. And we are listening to why, because King Kunta, I'm not vibing to it. But the thing about To Pimp a Butterfly, as I said before, that this album was necessary. Before King Kunta came out with this, I mean, not King Kunta, but before To Pimp a Butterfly and this experimental consciousness that he delivered with jazz, blues, hip hop, all experimental with poetry, all thrown in together with consciousness topics. Without this, music would not be what it is today. And I am on record saying that music today is 10 times better than what it was a long ass time ago. King Kunta. Woo! But yeah, man, it was necessary. This album was completely necessary for the evolution. Without this, that whole conscious sound that To Pimp a Butterfly brings to the table, without that, music and the protest that was happening all during the pandemic and how that shape-shifted music, there would be no lane for any of this without To Pimp a Butterfly. As it got that Parliament Funkadelics, like acid type twists to all of the music, all of this stuff was definitely necessary for music to become as great as it is, as we got an advertisement. But music would not be great today as it is great today without such. It was completely necessary, but it was just not polished. It was not quality enough to be a classic album like people deemed it to be, but y'all clearly ain't been listening to this all like that if it's still only 1 times platinum. It's not as classic as you guys claim that it was. But without this, individuals like, say, Saba, who I was hoping would be on the album, on this new album, but yet I saw like a leak of the playlist of all the albums that's supposed to be coming out. I mean, all the features that's going to be on this album. I saw the leak of it, and I didn't see a lot of features that I didn't already kind of think that would be on there just because of status. Like I saw Drake is up on there. I saw a bunch of the typical names, but not all. I think what's her name is on there. I saw one that had Rico Nasty on it. Like, oh, now that joint is probably going to be crazy if that's an actual track. If that ain't something that somebody just threw out there and spammed out there. I don't want institutionalized. I want all right. Yeah, yeah. Carvin Mason says the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Be alright. We gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. For all those who don't know, who just came in, who's just tuning in, we listening to the To Pimp a Butterfly from 2015 in the Discord as we speak right now. The link to it is in the description below. But like without this album, conscious rap music would still be on some what Mos Def and Talib Kweli was doing. And I'm not trying to hate on them or nothing like that, but Mos Def, Talib Kweli, and that whole conscious rap, especially from Chicago and all that stuff, they were limited in terms of delivery, limited in flow. They were not considered as the best rappers at all. They were not getting the mass promotion of the mainstream media. They were held to the side while Jay-Z and the Blueprint and all of that was killing the market. You feel me? Like consciousness music really wasn't doing too much of nothing. Kendrick being at the time considered as one of the best rappers of all time, going down and making his own variation of what a consciousness album is that all these other acts really have been failing at. It took that whole style and molded it to now consciousness is really a thing. Consciousness is really the thing to be talking about right now. And I mean, there's a bunch of industry plants that's out there that been taking it and doing their own thing with it and making it good, but yet they're not really broadcasting the messages like say Al Doms, not really broadcasting the messages that we really need as a culture, but yet you can tell that they're pretty much taking what's become hot. Like a guy like Bobby Sessions. Without Kendrick Lamar, The Pimp a Butterfly, there's no Bobby Sessions. There's no Al Doms. There's a lot of artists. I would say even D Smoke, who won the Netflix joint with T.I. He's not really dominating like that if To Pimp a Butterfly didn't pave the way. Carvin Mason says that it was a fake list. It would have been interesting to see Kendrick and Rico Nasty on the track. But honestly, I'm relieved because I want something amazing. Nothing too experimental, but that song, that would be all experimental. We're going to do the Black of the Berry next. Black of the Berry is coming up. Oh, man. This is definitely one song here that I really wasn't feeling. What are we gonna do next? We could do These Walls next. But okay, let's get back to the statements, the hating, the commonly used hate statements that I'm going to address. Another hate statement is, oh, you just don't understand Kendrick Lamar. Because if you look at his artwork and you see the sheets, you see those sheets right there on the artwork, how the halfway off the bed, that symbolizes how he hasn't fully fallen off. Precipitating, and I meant to say that, precipitating that this album is an automatic classic. Fam, if you don't take your prison gossip self over there somewhere, go back into go back into the feds with all that conversation, bro. All of that prison gossip that you having where you trying to add extras to everything that Kendrick Lamar does. Try to make everything to have some kind of super deep, thought-provoking meaning. Ride out with all that, fam. That is really, really annoying. Because you think that you know everything, but you're really just making stuff up. Until Kendrick Lamar himself comes out and says that the sheets hanging off of the bed on his artwork is symbolic of something. I'm not going to believe any of that prison babble, dog. See, I understand that y'all fans and all, man. But y'all be making things up and be throwing salt at others just so that you can big up Kendrick. Like, why must you crap on J. Cole and everything that he does in order for you to prove Kendrick Lamar's dominance? And I told you, yes, because Kendrick Lamar is deemed as top 2, top number 1, to go there with J. Cole, the comparisons are always going to be there. I'm always going to draw comparisons to these individuals. That's just the realities of everything that's going on in life. But I'm never going to crap on Kendrick Lamar to make it seem like J. Cole is the best. No. I'm going to pit them against each other because clearly they are pitted against each other. I'm going to pit this double album, this Mr. Morale, versus the Offseason. Even though it's a solid, year in between that they released, but yet these are the top 2 artists of the generation, and this is the latest projects released at a common time. So this is where I'll draw the comparisons to see who's better. But I'm not going to crap on Kendrick Lamar like, oh, Kendrick is just trash. There's nothing that Kendrick could ever do to top J. Cole. Wrong. J. Cole could fall off tomorrow. And this Mr. Morale could be a classic. Therefore, cementing Kendrick Lamar as maybe the greatest to have ever done it all time. Maybe this album, if this album is dope enough, I have no issues with allowing Kendrick Lamar into that discussion of top 5. And the little ending breakdown here, I'm about to switch it up. Like the next song we going into is These Walls. Soon as this finishes with the, like I said, man, this album was not very strong, fam. This one was not very strong, dog. All right, now we're gonna go into These Walls. But yeah, man. Can you not love great music? Can you not love every great artist that's out there? Because I do. Regardless of the negative reviews that I give individuals, I really give Kendrick bad reviews from time to time because I expect greatness from him. But I'm not going to take away the fact that he's done work. And there are songs on every single album, even To Pimp a Butterfly, that I'm not big on, like King Kunta. There are songs on every single album that I readily recognize, that I will listen to from time to time, that I will enjoy. Not so much in the grand scheme of things in terms of To Pimp a Butterfly, but there are moments. And there's a lot of dope stuff that came along with this too, because To Pimp a Butterfly led the way to Untitled and Unmastered, which is something that we're not going to be able to listen to. Something that we're not going to really get a chance to listen to today. But Untitled and Unmastered was the demos that he created from this particular project. But it didn't ultimately become, like, they didn't make the album, but they were unique songs that he released on their own accord. Now, that didn't really shapeshift and change the industry, especially, but it could have by the way that he did it. You feel me? Like, usually most people release these types of songs. Well, they never release the raw songs that they didn't already have finished and all that stuff. They never release them like how he released them. But then he released them into their own little project, their own little EP. That was unique. That was really unique, and I felt that was actually rather dope. How he did it, the project wasn't that dope. But I like the fact that he did do his own thing. Calvin Mason says, yo, I ain't trying to hear Baby Keem on all of this. Do hood politics or how much a dollar costs. You funny, that's how it be. Have I ever listed my top 5? Top 5 all time? Man, no. I don't think I've ever done it. And that would take, oh man. See, now if I do my top 5 all time, we gotta take some certain things to go along with it. I'm including your entire body of work. So when we talking Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, one of my favorite albums of all time. The Blueprint, another one of my favorite albums of all time. We also got to include, what was it, 333? Or what was the name? I can't even remember the actual number. We got to include all of the trash albums that he released up to this point. You feel me? Just like I love Kanye. College Dropout. One of my favorite albums of all time, if not ever. Well, one of my, definitely a top 5 album, maybe of all time from me. But as much as I love that, I absolutely hate To Pimp a Butterfly. I mean, not To Pimp a Butterfly. I still got To Pimp a Butterfly on my mind. But I absolutely hate Yeezus. I absolutely hated Donda. Well, I ain't gonna say hated Donda, but I disliked the vast majority of Donda. I hate the vast majority of a lot of things that they did. Like, every great artist, for the most part, has dropped something that was super disappointing. Advertisement. Every great artist have dropped something super disappointing at one point in time. You feel me? And with that being that, it becomes all the more difficult to actually judge. That's something that I would really, really have to sit down and analyze in order to get top 5 all time. Top 5 right now in current generation: J. Cole, Kendrick, Big Crit, J. Cole, Kendrick, Big Crit. Now, I might catch flack for this one, But I will say Ritz, even though like I think that his growth and greatness was limited because he was signed to an independent. But I think people know Ritz enough to actually include Ritz onto this list. Uh who else could we say? Is it gotta be of this generation? Uh Man, that last one is a tough one. Ooh. Do we have to go Drake here? And I dislike Drake. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Drake, but you can't take away what he's done. You feel me? Drake, Wale in that five range. Yeah, I think that's the best I can do for a corresponding top five list around this. I would say J. Cole, then Kendrick, and unless this Kendrick album ends up being what we hope it all is. But J. Cole, then Kendrick, then Big Crit. I would be willing to go Ritz. I'm willing to go Ritz. And then a tie between Wale and Drake. That would be my top five. As we are still listening to you off of To Pimp a Butterfly, for those of you who want to listen to it, we listen to it in the Discord at this moment. Go ahead and click the link in the description below. At 12 o'clock, we're going to be listening to the new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, hoping that it's going to be amazing. Uh, we going next one I gotta do for free. Like for free, even though it's an interlude, that was actually one of my more favorite like moments of wilding out, I guess we could say. And hood politics. Well, we only got time for one. We gonna go hood politics. But this is what I'm saying. Like he does every song differently. With this one, he's breaking down in tears, drunk, being upset. Like this is borderline what Eminem has done before in the past, but he's doing it in his own context. hood politics, and after hood politics, we're not gonna have no time. So after hood politics, we're going into Damn. But okay, back to the topic. I mean, I hate to be circling all the way back. I'm just doing a lot of things. But okay, I understand coming into this Kendrick Lamar album, some things will not be able to be deciphered. I understand this. I understand that certain things is going to take a lot of time in order for them to be deciphered because Kendrick Lamar is more encrypted than the Riddler from the Batman movie. Okay? We know this to be a fact. But when you guys begin to just put extras on top of extras because you're assuming to try to give the utmost props to Kendrick Lamar because you want to give him props and crap on everybody else because he's clearly your favorite rapper that's ever lived and you'll never listen to anybody else as well as you listen to Kendrick Lamar. So you'll create any kind of idea of what he means when he himself never comes out to confirm any of these beliefs that you have about any of these songs. Like, bro, if I can't hear it and decipher it for myself and research it and decipher it and Kendrick come out and say specifically, yeah, that means that, then I'm not believing nothing of what y'all saying, dog. It's like Kendrick got the whole prison babble, like, fan base locked up. Like, the whole prison population of people that go into jail and all they do is read books and then argue with each other because there's nothing else to do. But yet, they don't know what they talking about. Oh, like Cat Williams said, man, ain't nothing worse than a dumb, smart dude. People who think that they really know what they talking about, think that they really smart, really think that everything they saying is fire, but really don't be knowing anything. Nothing worse than these dudes. They gonna try to argue you down left and right all the time. Now, and that's one element right there from the To Pimp a Butterfly that I actually did enjoy a little bit. Like, instead of just switching up the beat and just going on with a new beat and rapping, like, Kendrick on this album, he would just have moments of a new change of a production, but then jump right back, expanding upon the production as we go. Like, that was cool. It's just, I mean, maybe if I was, see, when I listened to Pimp a Butterfly and all that stuff, I wasn't a smoker, you feel me? When I first listened to it and for years into it, but I've never listened to Pimp a Butterfly while high. In which that may be one thing that I may need to do in order to gather a different perspective on everything that's going here. But I doubt it. I doubt it. As the time is getting close, we about to move on to Damn. Hold up. Even though we're not gonna be able to get to the Black Panther album, which had one good song on there. Oh, they got the Damn Collector's Edition up on here, but that's not what we're gonna listen to. There we go, 11:30. And of course they give me the ad as I'm going to the new album, but okay. I've listened to this album multiple times over the years, but it's never been one that's overly impressed me. But it was a necessary evil. It was a necessary project for the progression of music. So I'm thankful for everything that To Pimp a Butterfly has brought to the table. Everything that it was, everything that it is, honestly led music to going into a better direction. Like sometimes like the new great music that comes out, it has to come out of something that was rough around the edges, that something better could have been made out of. Like when you look at Kanye Yeezus, when you look at a lot of Kanye's later stuff, like it's raw. It's not very good. It's crazy. But it's futuristic. That if somebody with the skill set and the vision, they can go ahead, turn around, and use this foundation that Kanye put down on the table from 808s and Heartbreak, that I never was even a fan of 808s and Heartbreak. But, there we go. DNA. In my DNA. But when you provide the foundation for the next acts to take and mold and polish into something different, you can make the music game a lot better just by you being experimental and trying new things. And that's what I appreciate from To Pimp a Butterfly the most. But I am not a fan of that album. But now we're on Damn, the 2017 album that's known for this song right here, DNA, also known for Humble. Stay humble. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. As this album, I was shocked to see that it sold 3 times platinum. For real. Sold more than To Pimp a Butterfly. Who would have known? Like, all of these people that slandered me for years and years about how great and classic To Pimp a Butterfly is, how much they still listen to it to this day. How is it that Damn, an album that, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a lesser album in your opinion, because it's your opinion, but I can just tell you, I didn't catch the pure hell from Damn review that I got from To Pimp a Butterfly. I will tell you that for a fact. But some way, somehow, this album sold more. Maybe because it wasn't so focused on being experimental and changing the game. Maybe the hits actually hit harder into the public. I don't know. But honestly, most songs off of this is on my playlist. Gotcha. 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 Give me some gotcha. Give me some ganja. Like, this song go hard, dude. There's a reason why this song survived my playlist after years. It's been 5 years. This one particular song, DNA, has survived. Now, does it get the play that it used to get? Not really. Like, it's somewhat faded. But it's hard to deny. It's hard to deny that joint still goes hard. And it's brief, too. It's only 3 minutes. But the next song is going to be Humble. Humble got 1,600,000,000 streams. Are you kidding me? Like, 1,000,000,000 streams in its own right is all but platinum, ain't it? Let me do some calculations. Hold up. No. Okay, we need to do 162276. Viral. Put it in the spiral. Divided by. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Let's do that again. 1622766447 divided by. Yeah, like, so this album went platinum alone from humble streams. It sold 1,081,844 units off of streams for humble alone. Bruh, are you kidding me? So you telling me this one song sold more than all of To Pimp a Butterfly? Huh? But okay. The next statement, commonly used statement that I hear from everybody that I'm willing to address right now. Okay. Is you just now doing a review? How are you doing a review tonight? You got to give this album some time. You don't know if this album is good or not. Bruh, this is one of the most annoying comments that there ever was. Like, okay, do you have to eat all of Paula Patton's chicken? I'm sure you saw the video. Do you have to eat all of Paula Patton's chicken in order to know that that was trash? Do you have to eat all of that undercooked, bleeding chicken and let it sit in your stomach for like a week for you to determine if that joint is trash? Fired up. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. What up? What up, son? Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. But do you actually have to eat that trash chicken in order to know that it was trash? I can listen to music and tell if I like it. Now, can certain songs grow on me? Yes. Certain things need to happen for certain songs in order for them to grow on me. Maybe a video comes out for the song and the video was kind of dope. Maybe certain elements of the lyricism gets deciphered and it adds a whole nother element to the track that I respect, that I love. Could be done. That could be a thing, fam. That could definitely be a thing. But when I go back and listen to Pimp a Butterfly, I feel the same way. I will tell you, the percentages of me going back and listening to something and liking it more than what I did originally, it's not that high. Has been proven through years and years of doing this. You feel me? Like, I oftentimes will go back and find different songs that I slept on before and all that. I have been known to do that. But I would say about 30%, 25 to 30% of the time is the odds of me actually going back and enjoying a project more than what I did in from the initial. Yep, we got 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. $20 minutes. But the odds of the initial review and the album actually becoming better after that is minimal. It does happen. And I do go back and listen to projects. I do it all the time. But, bruh, what I'm listening for is the fundamentals, the delivery, the flow, the productions. Does it go well together? Is the hook dynamic? Does it add to these particular songs? What is the topics? Is the lyricism that can be had here? Now, some could be deciphered a little later because, as I said, you know, Kendrick is very cryptic, and you're not going to get a super in-depth lyrical review from me after this first listen and the first 2-3 listens that I had before I post my review tonight. You're not going to get the super in-depth, complex. You're not going to get the super complex, dope, like thought process on all the lyrics. You're not going to get that. But what you are going to get is a pretty good overview. Maybe I will readdress the album later on. Like I'm pretty sure I did To Pimp a Butterfly like that. Like years later, To Pimp a Butterfly, I readdressed it and re-reviewed it years later, kind of. In a way, in some kind of form or fashion, I did that. But it was on the Download Pass channel, I do believe it was. It's been so long that it's been forgotten. And I am willing to do that with these kinds of projects that are so complex, that I'm assuming that it's going to be so complex that it's going to be hard to decipher in the first day. I'm willing to do that. But my overviews be solid though, fam. And it's not like it's not like I skim through it one time and then make a review. No. I listen to these albums like 3 to 4 times before I post my review, dude. Like, I just got my tactics for making these videos. And we on the song God. Is this what God feels like? Yeah. But I just got my process down pat because I've been doing reviews for so long that my whole format for my reviews is already down pat. Like, the whole bottom line that, I don't know if you guys read it or not, where I'm talking about the news and all that stuff, that's already done. The intro of the album and all of that stuff, all of it's already done. All I got to do is lay down my actual review and render down the video. You feel me? So actually making the video takes a bare minimum of time. It takes a real bare minimum of time in order for me to do this. So I spend the vast majority of the time where the reviews usually be up, around 3:30? I'm spending all that time listening, re-listening, listening again, re-listening, trying to get it right. Don't touch me. God, that was lying. Haha. Yeah. But bruh, the amount of work that I put in is a lot. But people don't understand it because I layer it upon itself. See, I multitask and use all my time wisely. You feel me? I'm doing like 3, 4, 5 things at a time in order to piece together these reviews of the quality that it is at the timely nature that it honestly goes out. I'm not giving you no half-baked anything, and clearly I stand by what I say years later. Like with To Pimp a Butterfly, I still stand on that, no matter how much hatred I get. No matter how badly people dislike me for it. Doesn't matter. I stand on that opinion. What we gonna listen to next? We can listen to Element next. We gonna listen to Element. 14-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah. Like, ha, ha. Yeah. Like, overall, though, I reserve the right to change my opinion on everything that I review. But over the years and listening to projects like The Pimp a Butterfly, I haven't changed my opinion on that. I haven't changed my opinion on a lot of things. But that's just the game. But now that we beginning to round around the time, let me go ahead and tell you what I'm expecting from this project. I am expecting greatness. I am expecting autistic greatness on every level. But there's no way that I can pinpoint exactly what kind of sounds is going to come from it. It's going to be something unique and crazy. Because that's just how Kendrick Lamar does. But why am I expecting greatness? Not just because he is widely considered as the best of this generation, but also because of the Hot Part 5. That song and its fire from the production standpoint, from a conceptual standpoint, from lyricism. Basically, it's everything that I look for out of music. And because he's going through with the double disc, and is he actually dropping a book with it? Like, because I thought when I saw the image, I saw the book, I'm like, okay, that's probably a thing, bro. But if that is an actual thing, that's even better. But as I said, this project is him as an individual of his stature doing this to make a statement. The statement that he's trying to make with this is that he's the greatest to do it. And the next reason why I'm expecting greatness here is that this is the last album with TDE. Basically, this project will give us the insight of his trajectory that he's taking with his own record label. Like, have you considered that this could be his Michael Jackson bad album moment? Which, you know, you can define that as the moment that it was more about him becoming himself rather than with the Jackson 5. Just like how this album could define Kendrick Lamar being who he is outside of TDE, who nurtured him into becoming who he is today, one of the best that ever was, one of the best in the industry to do it at this point. More ads. But I'm happy for the ads. Get them out the damn way so that I can listen to the album straight through in peace. But see, here's the thing. They know that we listening to Kendrick Lamar. So they gonna slam us with all of the ads. Honestly, I should have went on ahead and paid for the subscription service for this one. Not so much for, like, because there's nothing more going to be entertaining There's nothing bigger and more entertaining that'll come out in the future than this one right here. So this is my bad. But we still trying to figure this thing out. But this album right here is definitely Kendrick Lamar doing his own thing, because have you noticed a lacking of the promotion from TDE for this one? Have you noticed that they haven't really been behind it as much as previous projects? But that's more because, he's leaning into going into his own direction. And I'm all for it. I mean, I want to see what his label is honestly going to be hitting for. I want to see the direction that he's taking his music for the future. I want to see everything that he, as we back now playing Element. Then we'll do Pride after Element. But then as you add in all the hype that was automatically going to go along with this, like a whole bunch of the reviewers and people out there on social media, like, yo, ain't nothing else dropping today. No one cares about anybody else's mixtape, single, or anything like that. People are only going to listen to this Kendrick. And be prepared. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if this album crashes Spotify legitimately, because that's kind of what happened last week with Jack Harlow. If I ever slap a pussy ass nigga, it's gonna make me look sexy. But be prepared for there to be a delay for this album to drop, because like all of the mainstream, Jack Harlow had all the bots popping in to listen to his album, and clearly Spotify wasn't prepared for it. Now you're getting the best. Now you're getting the guy that everybody's been waiting on has been 5 years. It might have been longer than 5 years. We've been waiting on this for a very long time. Everybody's coming to listen to this, regardless of if it's Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you at, everybody's going to be there. I don't think they're ready. So prepare for a brief delay in the beginning. And actually, since we ran through we could listen to Duckworth. Nah, really, for real, I'm going to end off this with Pray For Me. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to Pray For Me as the last song. Well, maybe, because there's gonna be like a minute or so in between there. But the last song will probably be Pray For Me before we jump into the new album. As this, Element was alright, man. Like, it had the Wu-Tang sample in there. And I like Wu-Tang. I like Wu-Tang a lot. But Wu-Tang music really don't translate well that much to this generation, at least not yet. Everybody that's keep trying to bring them out, like from Freddie Gibbs to Kendrick to all of them, trying to use samples from them. It's just not, the right producers just haven't had a chance to rock with it yet. Let's listen to that Pray For Me right quick. And then listen to something else while we wait on Spotify to crash. I'm waiting for a war. Like, now this song happens to be one of my favorite songs from Kendrick too. Not on the level of Compton or High Power or ADHD or Hold Up, but Pray For Me was fire. And you gotta give him this credit though, because he did executively produce, he made this entire Black Panther, this whole Black Panther album. It was really Kendrick who did it. Who gonna pray for me? Just for me. I'm alone, you see. I'll kill for you. What up, Belize Zone? The album is dropping 12 o'clock. So we got 4 minutes. Now, keep in mind, the album could crash the streaming systems. So it may not be 12 o'clock. But also, keep in mind for everybody that's new, who just now watching, that just now here, we are not playing the album here in YouTube because copyright issues. We get these copyright issues every time. So click the link in the description. It'll take you to the Discord. In the Discord, we are currently listening to the Black Panther soundtrack, as this is the last song, well, maybe one more song, leading into the new album. And to be real, I can't even wait for the Black Panther 2 movie to come out. Like, ain't that coming out this year? Rest in peace to the brother Black Panther. Go pray for me. For me. So for me. What else on here? Because I haven't listened to this actual album in a while. I remember All the Stars was fire. All the Stars was good. Just in case I live on my own. I live on my own. I live on my own. What up, Bean Boy? I'm hype with you, cuz. Like, it's been too long. It's been too long since we've had a Kendrick album to get super hyped for. So before we even jump into it, man, good or bad, however my review turns out, just remember, I rock with Kendrick. I got nothing but the utmost respect. If I have a bad review for it, it's because I expected greatness. I expected him to be flawless, like I expect all the great artists to be. Yep, and we getting this advertisement out the way. Good. As I've got the last advertisement, now we play the waiting game. I'm gonna click this, so that plays. Oh, we could play the Hot Pot 5 while we wait on this last minute. I think that's a winner. I'm gonna play the Hot Pot 5. I just realized that his crown of thorns has bullets in it. Does it? Hold up. Let me pull up the... It sure does. Hey, all right, Bean Boy, that's what's up. That is crazy. But now, as we wait for this ad to end, we play the waiting game. Is this album dropping on time? It would really be annoying, fam. It would really be annoying if this album did not drop on time. After we just spent 2 hours on live listening to all the new dope stuff. We're going to play this, the Hot Pot 5 while we wait. It's 12 o'clock. Did it drop? Here we go with that bullshit. Here we go with Spotify and this crashing bullshit. Come on. Come on. Pull up, you bastard. Got it. We got it. United in Grief. We listen to it right now in the Discord. Link in the description below. If you're having issues, we listening to it now. Link in the description below for the Discord. Interesting. Okay, now he's jumping all over the place on this one so far. See, that drum line, man. That drum line is crazy. That he would use that like this, and it's clashing with a bunch of the vibe of it at certain elements, but yet he knows what he's doing with it though. Like he made it work through the bulk load of the whole song. That shit was crazy. Now we on N95. Huh. Like I like how this is being like super dynamic on a level that I didn't think he would do. Like every time, it's like the beats is just switching up ridiculous with different genres being mashed together like this. Like I mean, he's doing the most on all of these songs. On the first two songs, he's doing the most. And the moments where I'm like, I'm not really liking it like that. But I mean, as a whole though, I'm really feeling the song though. So facts, like Player Beat saying, yo, he ran that beat on N95. That's facts. Okay, this worldwide steppers. This is the experimented Kendrick that I didn't want. Uh, like just all reverberating bass as a beat. Oh, oh. Say, yo, I didn't know how to feel after the first time I smashed a white chick. Uh, Now this song got blast up on there. Yeah, and you know, looking at this the playlist of the features, like clearly the feature list that I had before was fake. But you got Kodak, that's going to be interesting. Summer Walker, Taylor Page, I don't know who that is. Sampha, I've heard of that person. I've heard some of their stuff. I just haven't like broken them down. Amanda Reefer? Reefer? That's her name? Okay. Baby King, Tana Leon, Beth Gibbons. Bunch of people that I don't know who, but you can tell it's a lot of women. So we're probably gonna get a lot of melodic. Hmm. So it seems, just based on a couple tracks, this Die Hard and uh, the fact that there's a whole bunch of females tied together on the track listing, on the track features. The what people were saying, how this could be more of a family orientated like album, seemed to be that could be true. Nobody gives a damn about no damn COVID-19. Nobody gives a damn. We about to be back in 15 seconds. Now we're on Father Time, where like this is it has that soulful like feel to it, but he's twisting it. He's making it like the effects that he's adding to the production. It shape shifts the entire feel of it. The effects. It's just all over. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like this production is so crazy how he's twisting that shit. It's kind of cool, but then it's all over the place though. It kind of takes away from what could have been a dope song. And this is an interlude. he really giving Kodak Black his own interlude as a piano solo. Like a super dynamic, complex piano solo on top of the simplistic, dumb driven bars that Kodak Black brings. It contrasts so hard, I can't mess with it. I'm sure everybody's gonna be like, that's the point though. That's how the song's supposed to go. It's genius. Nah, man. Nah, dog. I'm sorry. I can't do that one. Nah. Now we on Rich Spirit. That Rich Spirit isn't all bad. Like, okay, this wasn't bad per se, but I mean, it wasn't next level, but it was cool. It's something that I'm gonna listen to some more because how he started rapping like a white dude in there. I hate that ad. Eh. Ooh, We Cried Together is next. Just gotta get past these. I'm telling you, I'm getting these subscription service because these people are going too crazy. And we back. Should I? I don't like. Oh. Yo, this is going ham, dog. They having like a full fledged argument going down on the track. That ending. Ah. Square. What up? What up for who just entered into the room? Appreciate you pulling up, man. We listening to the album in the Discord. The link of it is in the description below, and it just hit us with an ad. Goddamn, hate these ads. But we listened to leading up to this, man. We listened up to the entire, not the entire catalog, but all of this top songs from his biggest albums that came out with leading up to it, man, and now listening to the album. And album it ain't all bad so far. We made it halfway. We made it halfway. Ah, okay. So Soundwave is a TDE producer that made it on a Pimp a Butterfly. I. What's up? Did they think? Got some musicianship. Love people who sound like they can play the keys and they give you like a limited amount. And we on to the next song. Now we gonna Count Me Out. Okay. Bunch of stuff. This Crown is more Phantom of the Opera, like Kendrick of the Opera. Oh, what up, everybody that just tuned in? Uh, we listening to it live right now, man, in the Discord. The link of it is in the description below. We on the Crown song. It feels like Phantom of the Opera meets Kendrick Lamar with a unique feel. We're about to go into the Kodak Black feature, Kendrick Lamar Kodak Black song Silent Hill. But so far, I mean, the album has been it's been good. It's been, I mean, advertisements, damn ads. But yeah, so far, man, album's been good. Like as I listen to the albums the first time, I begin to click off the songs that I'm like, yo, I need to re-listen to this to gather a better understanding or see if I really like it seemed like I did. And so far I clicked off United in Grief, N95, Rich Spirit, We Cry Together, Purple Hearts, Count Me Out. So that's what, 4, 5, 6 out of out of 11. Yeah, it's like 6 out of 11. So we borderline about 50% right now, and that's far better than you get off of the vast majority of albums and stuff that come out these days. Uh, I'm hoping that he keeps it up, hoping that this remains strong. I'm hoping for even better as we go. Uh, as at this moment, beyond a little bit of the halfway point, I will say that I'm a bit impressed. A lot of complexity, a lot of things in there that's going to take a lot of analyzing. Oh, here we go. We back. Silent Hill. But so far, it's kind of impressive. You gotta appreciate the fact that none of his albums sound the same. As it seems as though the leak or how people were saying coming into it, like, yo, this is going to be a more family related kind of album. Somewhat true. Willie Kodak, push these dudes off me like, ugh. Oh. Kodak is like the worst person to try to get a feature. I don't know why you needed to get Kodak for 2 features, dog. Why? I understand he's hot and he makes like catchy joints that people love, but you don't need him for 2 tracks though. Vince Staples. If you want catchy ignorance, get Vince Staples. Get Staples. More ads, more ads, more ads. But you feel me? Like, if you gon' get Vince Staples, if you gon' get Kodak Black on your album, what you're pretty much trying to get is somebody who delivers some super ignorance on top of your production, but yet he's super catchy for the youth and all of that stuff. I think a better selection would be for Vince Staples rather than Kodak. Uh, but I'm sure there's others. I'm sure you could go ahead with I think Lil Baby would have actually worked a little bit better than having Kodak on 2 tracks. I think I think there's like a good selection of artists that bring to the table what Kodak Black does. It's just Kodak is Kodak Black. I mean, let's not deny it. Uh, you could possibly get Future to supply the same level of ignorance as Kodak Black and same level of notoriety. But two tracks with Kodak is already a bit much, dog. Lil Baby. I mean, Lil Baby. Lil Baby is the expected. Two colors. I mean, Lil Baby is the expected. Player B say, this just let me know that Kendrick gave Baby Keem the throwaways for his Melodic Blue album. Yeah, 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 and that's fucked up. Ain't no way to sugarcoat it. Yep. Hey, what up, everybody that just came through? Appreciate y'all coming through. We are currently listening to the Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers, but we'll listen to it on the Discord. The link to it is in the description below if you want to go ahead and peep it out. We're on Auntie's Diaries right now, which is we only got like 4 more songs left, but they are extended songs, so we're looking at a solid 20 minutes left. Yep. Yep. You have to. You, you, huh. So this song, Auntie Diaries, is talking about a gay cousin of his and how he's adapting to it, or how he adapted to it as a kid. Man, What? Ah. So okay, he's trying to draw comparisons from racism and slurs to LGBT hatred. And he did it in an interesting way. I will say that he did it in an interesting, thought-provoking way. But I'm not going to approve of that. The song wasn't that strong. The message, we get so much of that already on TV and stuff, you feel me? I will listen to it again in a bit, but nah. As we about to come back to the next couple joints in 6 seconds. Now we on Mr. Morale. One of the final 3 songs. Okay, Mr. Morale was just crazy, but I'm uh, not big. Honestly, I think this would have worked better as just a 1 disc album. definitely think that this was better as a one disc album. Okay, now he's doing like a bunch of storytelling with Mother I Sober. Mother I Sober is deep. Oh my God. Talking about generations of abuse and coping with it. Like, and how it progressed as it goes. That was fire. See, and it's like whenever you hear like the uh the background singers like that, those are the big steppers. Mr. Morale is I'm gonna have to listen to it again to get the specifics of it. But you can hear like the big steppers throughout the entire project though. There's a theme here. I just haven't decoded it yet. And that's one thing that I like the most about Kendrick Lamar albums, to be real. Like the amount of times you do have to listen to it to understand the concept of what he's trying to say and the themes of everything that he's doing, but yet each individual track has their own levels to what you're trying to do. And then musically, he's trying to advance music to a degree. How he's infusing different styles and different types of switch ups that you would hear throughout this entire project, things that you wouldn't hear anywhere else. And now we're on the last song, Mirror. Man, well, hey, everybody out here who just coming in, man, I appreciate everybody who's been here, everybody that came through, had left some comments. Bean Boy, Coven Mason, Chris T, Poison University, Intelligence Cycle, my man's Ben Israel. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man, leaving something to say, and everybody that's in the playback, all about 100 of y'all. This was a long one. We've been streaming for about 3 hours and a half. We on the last song, and it's coming to a conclusion. And I got to start working on this review tonight, which means I got to listen to this like 3-4 more times as we speak so that I can get something up before the end of the night, man. But overall, my impression, I liked it. Definitely liked it. I think could have been more of a one disc thing. I like the dynamics of what he's doing. I still need to analyze and break things down clearly because you're never going to understand a Kendrick Lamar album, especially not on the first go. You got to listen to it a bunch of times, and that's what I got to head to and do right now. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Hope you come back again. We're going to do the same thing next week. Whoever does drop, we're going to listen to all of this stuff leading up to the project, all on the Discord, and speak about it as we go, man. I'm open to any comments, suggestions on how to make this whole process better. This is new. This is the second time we've done it. I don't think any other reviewer out there is doing it like this either. But something's going to be up later on tonight. There's going to be a review. Appreciate you. I'm up out of here. Gotta get to work. 1.